So I'm Chris Kelly, an area lead for Andy's Man Club, which means I'm actually employed by the charity. I started off as a group user just over 3.5 years ago. I suffered from depression and anxiety. Um, as a result of my work as a police officer and also some personal issues, I ended up suffering from a mental health breakdown, probably now about 6 years ago altogether, 7 years ago. And went through counselling, which was great. Actually, I found it very beneficial, but I felt I needed to talk more and get stuff off my chest. So that's when I found Andy's Man Club, and I started in February, and it wasn't March 2022, and took me a long while to get everything off my chest. Andy's Man Club doesn't cure you, it just gives you a safe place to talk and to a safe place to offload. So what I managed to do is to get off my chest a lot of the heavy stuff that I've been carrying around for the last probably 4, 5, 6 years. Um, as a result of that, I found it benefited me. It worked. I felt lighter. I felt able to do things again. So I then became a facilitator in the local group. I then started leading my own group. I opened two new Andy's Man clubs in the Northwest. And then September last year, I managed to get this role. I applied for it, and I've been working for Andy's Man Club now for the last 12 months. Um, so yeah, I still have my dark days, and I still use the club on a Monday night, as we normally do. So that's basically me. I don't want people telling me what I need to do. I just want to get it off my chest, and guys to go, yeah, we get it, we get it. There's so many different things. It's one of those. I came out of retirement to actually do this full-time role because Andy's Man Club means so much. For me, I started, like I said, 3.5 years ago using Andy's Man Club, and this now gives me an opportunity to bring it to more men and more places across the Northwest. So my role is three-headed, so to speak. I look after the existing clubs, and to see these teams grow over the last 12 months has been absolutely brilliant, absolutely superb. The second part is to open new clubs. So far this year, I've opened 4 new clubs. So being able to go into new areas and give men the experience and the opportunity to come to an Andy's Man Club is absolutely brilliant. And that anticipation on opening night to how many guys walk through the door, it doesn't matter as long as one guy comes through that door, so we've done our job. And then we raise awareness. So things like this, where we can raise the awareness of what we do and how we do it, it makes my job, I'd say, 90% enjoyable, which is very rare these days. I like to say 100%, but I've still got admin to do, which is the bane of everybody's life, isn't it? But do you know what? It's one of them. I wouldn't have come out of retirement for any other job other than this, because I know what difference it makes to men. So that's what I get the most out of it. It's by giving more men the opportunity to go through Andy's Man Club. Oh, it's not just Manchester, it's nationwide. And what I found talking to sort of other area leads is it's not just a Manchester problem, it's a national problem. But the main ones are, it's the stigma about men talking, about men opening up. It's that stigma then leads to embarrassment, because if you do open up and your friends or your colleagues or whatever start making jokes about what you've opened up about, or if you broke down in tears, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I regularly cry when I do presentations and what have you, and I don't feel any embarrassment about it myself, but I know how hard it was the first time I did it. And the third thing is being a burden to others. So us men are sort of conditioned that we are the rocks, we are the stable ones, we're the ones who take all that. So when we have our own issues, we don't want to burden others with our issues, because a lot of the time we already know that they're going through their own stuff, and we don't want to add to their pressure. And what you realise when you start talking about your issues, and it doesn't matter whether it's Andy's Man Club or any other men's support group out there, once you realise all you're doing is talking, you're not actually burdening people, you're not pushing it onto them, you're actually getting it off your chest, you're actually unburdening yourself, but other guys are listening to you, and they get it, they get exactly where you're coming from, because no matter what you're the reason why you're there, they've experienced that same thought process and had that same shame, embarrassment, being a burden, that type of thing. So I think they're the three biggest. It's breaking the stigma, it's not being ashamed to actually show your feelings, and you're definitely not a burden. You're actually unburdening onto others. You a problem shared is a problem halved, is the old saying, and it's true. That's definitely true. Yeah, every week we get something, but two main ones stand out. We had a new guy come to a club, and he was obviously nervous, and the idea is we make it as non-judgmental, safe, calm as possible, and a nice environment so they're able to open up. And I always make a point at the end to have a chat with the new guys just to see how it goes on. And I'll not use the expletive he used, but I said to him, "How's it going?" And he went, "You talk real stuff." He said, "I thought I was going to come and talk about football, talk about rugby, talk about all the manly stuff you see online that men talk about." He went, "You actually talk about real problems." He said, "And I love it. I love the fact." He said, "Because I know nothing about sport." He said, "And that was one of my biggest fears, is having that barrier there." And I thought that was brilliant. The fact that straight within 2 hours he recognised that, when we don't talk about this stuff, we talk about the issues that are bothering us. And the second one is, as I've already mentioned, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And again, it was a guy's first night, and I opened up about feeling guilt about a job that I dealt with, and I hadn't spoke to anybody about it in years and years and years, and it came out, and I talked about it, and I broke down in tears. And when the talking ball got to him, his first words were, "I wasn't going to say anything tonight, but because you've all been so open and honest, I feel I have to." Not that we do put any pressure on anybody to spot, but he felt the whole reason I've come is to talk about my issues, he said, and he offloaded some serious grief issues that he'd been dealing with for the last 3 years. He'd kept it all in, and to see him open up like that as a result of me being open and honest and some of the other guys being open and honest, it's really humbling, the fact that we gave him that platform that he could open up and feel safe. If anybody who's struggling at the moment, who feels that they're not sure what's right for them, I'd say take that little step forward. The longest journeys have begun with a smallest step, and for me, it's the way we do our sessions. We ask 5 questions, and questions 4 and 5. 4 is a little bit inspirational. So this week was, what's one life lesson you've learned recently? And my depression came back a few weeks ago, and one of the things I've learned is there are people out there who will listen to you even in the darkest of days. And sometimes the hardest thing you could do is open your eyes and look for them and then ask for the help. But believe me, it's the best, hardest thing you'll ever do, is by doing that. There are people out there, and it doesn't matter whether it's Andy's Man Club or it's Men in Sheds or any one of the number of male support groups that are out there. Give it a go. You've nothing to lose from having that chat. If it's for you, brilliant. If not, there's others out there. Don't be disheartened just because one doesn't suit. It doesn't mean they all won't suit. It's about finding what's right for you as that person. Andy's Man Club works for me. I've been using it for 3.5 years. I know other guys who have used it for a couple of months, and then thought, you know what, I'm in a better place. And others have gone, I want more of a one-to-one support rather than the peer-to-peer support. That's brilliant. You know, that's great. You know, we can signpost them to the right places, and you know, we can support that as well. So yeah, it's just taking that extra little step just to say, we have a policy: no new guy ever walks in on their own into an Andy's Man Club. A facilitator will always walk in, so they've got someone at the side of them. And you know, I remember sitting in the car park for half an hour before I got the cut, and this was the fourth week after promising I would go to Andy's Man Club. I'd made excuses after excuse after excuse, and I remember people seeing guys go through and being met with a smile and a handshake, and you know, a friendly hand on the shoulder as they walked in. And I thought, yeah, I've got to give it a go. And that's the exact experience I had. Was, hey, first time here? Yeah, come on through. I know how scared it is. I know how daunting it is, but we're here with you. We're here to support you all the way through. And that's the cornerstone of what we do. It's making it as easy as, but it's the hardest thing, taking them steps through that door. And it doesn't matter whether it's Andy's Man Club door or any other door, it's really hard. And getting that first sort of positive interaction is the key to it. With Andy's Man Club, it is okay to talk. And if you need to find any information about us, we're on www.andysmanclub.co.uk, where you can find all videos about us, where your nearest club is, and if you want any further information, you can go through that.